Hey guys, it is Wednesday, January 28, 2026, and I'm back with some free VST plugins to help you with your musical adventures and endeavors. All right guys, let's jump into it. We have a decent amount of plugins to go through for today. So the free VST plugins for today are as follows. So first up here, we have YS-Lofi from Yuri Semenov. He has released yet another plugin. Next up, from Sample Science, we have 1960s Piano. We're going to talk about Sample Science for a little bit. And they have organ Padscapes. Then we have from a developer called GSDSP. They have a delay called Quantum Delay Light. It's my first time hearing about this developer. I don't know how long they've been around, but it's the first time I've heard of them. All right, let's jump to the download links really quickly. So for this one, it'll take you right to where you need to be. Just follow the links and sign up for what you got to sign up for. Fill out the sales form on the cart, and you'll get this 100% for free. This is a very interesting delay. We'll definitely talk about it. For Sample Science, Organscape. This is the download page. Scroll down to the bottom, click this, it'll take you to the Gumroad page, and you follow the steps from there. They just need your email, and you just put 0, and you should be able to download that. Same thing with the 1960s Piano. Pretty much same steps. And as usual with Yuri's plugins, for Yuri Semenov's plugins, you click the download link that I provide, and the YouTube video will start playing where he's showcasing the plugins. No talking, just music, and he's tweaking settings. And in the description of the video, you'll have the links here. And I actually put those links right here also, so you can just download it right from there. All right, so let's jump over to the DAW. I got the beginnings of an arrangement here, beginnings of an idea. Let's check that out, then we'll look at the plugins. So let's look at this piano. So the piano we have here, solo it. It's an upright piano, pretty simple, straightforward. You only have the one piano, and you have a couple of settings here to deal with. So we have depth, rate, low, high, that's dealing with modulation. With the LFO, you can do some things with the LFO and get the sound to start to wobble. And you have the targets here. You can affect the pitch, the expression, or the pan with that sine wave. So that's what all of this is about. Then over here, we have pan, volume, reverb, and cutoff. And with the cutoff, you can choose what type of filter that you're using to cut off. So very straightforward, very simple. And down here we have your ADSR. There is a preamp knob and glide. So I just use this straightforward as it is. I don't think I tweaked anything much. Maybe the release, but that's pretty much it. It is sampling of a upright piano. So next, let's look at Yuri's plugin real quick. We're gonna turn it on this piano. And make sure this switch is up, and then you can dial in the effect. So we have 3 different modes here: clean, 8-bit, crush. Let's switch it to crush. And then I'm gonna turn up the amount. So as you hear, it really crushes the sound. You can do 8-bit. What I think this should have, 2 things I think this should have. I think it should have high and low pass filter built in, and also an output gain, because it does really kill the sound a lot, and you're probably gonna need to kind of recover the volume if you're trying to use this. They have this mix mode here where you can basically, this is supposed to do it either serial or parallel. It's a little bit confusing, but it's there. I would just say throw it on a bus and use it that way as a send effect. But not much going on with this plugin. Pretty straightforward. Just dial it in and you can really destroy your sound if you're looking to really make the sound weird, worn, and glitchy. If you press the screw here, it'll change the knob. And right here we have this wide knob to play with the width of the sound. So that's pretty much it for this plugin. Next we got the quantum delay light. So this one is interesting. Right now I have the dry wet pretty modest. Let me crank it a little bit so you can hear it, what it's doing a little bit more. So right now I have a simple 8th dotted setting. That's from the presets up here. So you can click, we got built-in, and then they have the different categories. I went to the basic tab. Now, this reverb, this delay is very complicated. It has a lot going on because of this section down here. And this section down here allows you to really open up the functionality of the plugin, because you can modulate all these knobs, which I'll demonstrate in a minute when we go through some of the presets. So you can modulate any one of these knobs with very basic wave shapes like sine, saw, square wave, but then there's also a lot of very complicated wavetable shapes that you can also use. So it can get really, really crazy. It's an interesting concept. So let's look at some of these presets. Look at how complicated this shape is that's driving this parameter right here. It's bananas. So we have these wave shapes, very unique, that's driving these. You can also drive these parameters with the input signal. You can start to drive the actual wave shape with your input signal. So nothing's reacting until your signal goes to a certain level, and then it starts to react to the wave shape based on how much volume is pushing in, is how much it's going to react to the wave shape. So very unique set of parameters and just features, and how you can drive the modulation and the animation of this plugin. So yeah, explore some of these presets. It gets very wacky, as you can hear and see. All right, look at this wave shape over here. So that's what's driving these two parameters. And of course, the way it's affecting each one is different based on, I'm assuming, some kind of mix. But they have two different wave shapes here, actually. So you have an animation showing you the movement. And let me just put this back to basic 8th dotted. So next up we have these two pads that I utilized. So we have, let's play them together. So I just grabbed two presets that I felt would work together and give the right vibe to this arrangement. So this plugin has 12 presets. That's pretty much all it comes with. You can tweak all these settings yourself to play around with it and get the vibe that you want based on the starting point of one of the presets. So we have your amplitude ADSR here. There's a preamp and glide modulation here. Amp range, there's a filter, and then tune, volume. And of course, with the filter, you can go in and choose what type of filter it is. High pass, low pass, none. And with the modulation, you have sine wave, saw, square, and exponent, and triangle. So you can select the waveform that you want for the LFO, and then dial in the LFO options, depth and rate. Down here, it has some built-in effects. So we got distortion, delay, chorus, and reverb. So straightforward stuff, nothing too fancy, but I dialed in these sounds all together. To get that vibe. So I'm gonna work on this some more tomorrow, and for tomorrow's live stream, I'll have this arrangement more fleshed out. But I think that's pretty much it for the plugins. Let me double check. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, so that's it for the plugins for today, guys. Check out that blog page, and you'll be able to download those plugins. Check them out, see how they work out for you. Also, check out my link in the description for my video series on PC specs and how it relates to music production. I'm currently updating that series. It should be starting to release in March of this year. But for now, check out the current version that was done in 2021. If you're trying to understand how your DAW works along with your computer and its internal parts to help power your DAW to give you a smooth experience, that series will help you understand how it all works, that symbiotic relationship. And if you're having issues with your setup, where you're having audio issues like latency, you're having a lot of clicking, popping, audio dropping in and out, you're just getting a lot of stuttering, your DAW is freezing a lot, crashing a lot, that series might help you understand why that's happening and what you may need to do to fix the issue. Sometimes you just need to get a new computer, more updated computer. The software that we use, they're always updating and adding more features. So if you have a computer that's, was manufactured or released 2 or 3 years ago, it might be pretty outdated for today's standards, especially with them just throwing AI into everything. You're gonna need more processing power, more RAM, and a more updated CPU architecture that's built for today's processing needs. So definitely check out that series. Also, there is a link in the description for a growing playlist for these videos that I do multiple times a week, presenting you guys with free VST plugins. The live stream for free VST plugins, where I present you guys with plugins that are 100% free. I always present you guys with plugins that are 100% free from the developer, provided free from the developers. So definitely check out those videos if you're looking for more free VST plugins, 100% free. Also, there's a link in the description for my video series that I did last year called 52 Weeks of Reaper, where every week for 52 weeks, I released a new video focusing on a key feature in Reaper. That series was designed to showcase what makes Reaper such an amazing DAW, what makes it so feature-rich and well-supported and flexible. So definitely check out that series if you're interested in finding out more about Reaper, what it has to offer, or if you're just interested in checking out a new DAW and see what Reaper has to offer. Lastly, there is a link in the description for my new series that I started this year titled Reaper Power-Ups, where I bring you Reaper music production hacks, tricks, and tips to help speed up and enhance your workflow. So definitely check that out. We have 4 videos on that already. It's a weekly release every Saturday indefinitely. So this Saturday will be episode 5. So check out what's there already and stay tuned for Saturday's video. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Check back tomorrow as I present you guys with more free VST plugins in the live stream. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And as always, you'll see me in the next video.